Hi Leo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for the end of January. I hope you guys are all well. I'm going to take a quick second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Leo out there, so guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse, so if it is resonating, Leo, get in where you fit in, even if it's on the other side, and make sure that you don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. All right, Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Leo? Leo. Leo. All right, Leo, you are starting out with the Hangman in reverse. You have the Knight of Swords in the reverse. And you have the Wheel of Fortune. So something here is changing, and it's changing in your favor. I do feel like you waited for a very long time. You kind of felt trapped in waiting. It may have been somebody that you weren't talking with, but you're now freeing yourself from this energy. I do feel like some of you could feel that as you free yourself, it could be a little bit dangerous in some respect or uncomfortable. But things are definitely turning in your favor. With the Knight of Swords here in reverse, this is indicating that there could have been an argument or some very sharp words that were said. You may not be talking to somebody currently, but we'll clarify that. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Leo's energy. All right, we have the Four of Cups. We have the Ace of Pentacles. That's good. All right, and then we have the Knight of Wands. Yeah, you could be dealing with somebody that you were waiting to hear from, and now that wait is over. Because I'm seeing with the Knight of Wands, this is the energy of somebody who has been in and out, a little bit inconsistent. This is somebody who wants a solid new beginning with you, though. I feel like they are looking back. It's likely someone from the past, because this is somebody who's been looking back at the past, looking at the love that was once here that was spilled out, wondering if there could be a solid beginning with you. I do feel like this is somebody who will communicate with you. But again, I'm getting that energy that there could be like things that have been said that have been very harmful to the connection at some point. Let me see the energy between Leo and this person. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. Okay, so we have the Eight of Wands and we have the Fool card in reverse. This person wants a new beginning, but I feel like they're afraid. There's fear here. They're afraid of taking a risk in this connection. And I feel like you may have waited for a long time with this person, so I feel like you're going to let this person know, look, we can either have a new beginning or not, but I'm not going to continue waiting around for you. Yeah, I do see you communicating, and that communication is going to bring about a very sudden change here. Now, for some of you, this person could live at a distance, but for most of you, I feel like this is communication. This person's kind of like resisting having a new beginning here, but it's fear-related. Show me what's affecting this connection. Two of Swords. So they may have been indecisive. Yeah, they may have gone back and forth about, are they willing to take the risk? Are they not willing to take the risk? And I feel like you may even feel that this person hasn't been truthful with you. But a decision is now being made. And I'm telling you, this person wants a new beginning because they have that Ace of Pentacles. But I do feel like in the past, they were wishy-washy. They went back and forth. And that's why we see the inconsistency. Let me see the outcome for Leo. Show me the outcome for Leo. The Sun card. You stepping into your power, getting the clarity you need, and being happy about it. Things are turning in your favor here, Leo. And it's going to come about because of some communication that this person, gives you. All right, so bottom of the deck, wow, it's the Empress. So you could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus or another Leo for that matter. Pisces is here. But as an underlying energy, the Empress is somebody who knows their value, knows their self-worth, somebody who doesn't chase but sits back and attracts. And I really like this as an underlying energy for you. So let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Hangman in reverse? See, I think it took a long time, but you started looking at yourself and looking at this connection differently than you did in the past. And I feel like you're being a little bit more honest with yourself about it. You're saying, okay, there were some toxic things here. All right, so yeah, Ace of Swords, you're getting clarity. And the Six of Swords. So you want to move this towards a happier, more peaceful place. But basically what you're going to tell this person is, look, I'm being honest with you. I'm being direct and I'm upfront. I'm tired of waiting for this new beginning. And if you're not going to have this new beginning with me, then I'm just going to move forward by myself because peace is important to me. So I feel like you're looking at things a little differently than you did in the past, and you're prioritizing your peace. And I feel like you're communicating that with this person. Why is the Knight of Swords in reverse? And see, I really feel like this person wants to have this new beginning. The problem is that they're afraid to do so. All right, we have the High Priestess in reverse and the Nine of Pentacles reversed. Now, there could be a little bit of codependent energy here, a little bit of you kind of doubting your own intuition. So be careful with that. I'm definitely seeing that that's something that you kind of need to look at. But I do feel like you felt a deep sense of loss when you were not talking to this person. I also feel like there were things that you started seeing differently, like I said earlier. And I also feel like things were revealed to you, either through spiritual gifts or somebody told. It looks more like spiritual. It looks like somehow you gained information about this person and yourself through spiritual gifts. And that's helping you make that decision to prioritize your peace. So I do feel, though, that you missed this person when you were not talking to them. There's a deep sense of loss. Some codependent energy, though, and a deep need to trust your intuition. Let me see why this Wheel of Fortune is here. Show me the Wheel of Fortune for Leo. All right, there's our Eight of Wands. That's in your energy between you and this person. We have the Seven of Cups reversed, and we have Temperance in reverse. So why is everything turning in your favor? Well, because you got very clear. You got the clarity that you were needing. And that clarity said, I have to start prioritizing my peace over anything else. So I do feel like if you could choose anybody that you wanted to be with, you would always choose this person. However, you're also saying, you know what, there's some toxic things that have to be addressed if I'm going to be with this person. This hasn't been a balanced and equal situation. And it's caused my emotions to be up and down, all over the place. And so these are things that need to be worked out. We need to talk about these things. And it's your willingness to look at this clearly and to discuss these things with this person that's bringing about this Wheel of Fortune. So I do feel that this is very good for you. It's empowering. Let me see the person in your energy. Show me why the Four of Cups is here for the person in their energy. All right, so we have the Knight of Swords reversed. See, now that's in your energy. And the Queen of Swords. Oh, okay. So yeah, neither of you were talking to each other. This person was deeply thinking about you, but they felt like you weren't open to talking to them. They also are aware that you have boundaries now. Yeah, and they're not happy about it, by the way. Because they would have preferred you remain codependent, not really tapped into your intuition, not really having all of these boundaries. But see, they're now realizing, okay, well, if I'm going to be involved with Leo, then, there's certain things that we're going to have to discuss. So I do feel like this person is aware that these boundaries are in place. I feel like they want this new beginning as well, but they're a little hesitant. They're a little hesitant to move forward. Let me see why the Ace of Pentacles is here. The person in Leo's energy. Oh, see, they're going to have to give you your proper respect here. Four of Cups in the reverse, Ace of Cups. So this is good. All right, so this person cannot forget you. I will tell you that, Leo. If they could have just walked away and just focused on anything and everything, they would have. They've learned some hard lessons here. And having learned those lessons and not being able to let go of you, not being able to, forget and just move on, I feel like is making them understand what you were bringing to the table. And now they're ready to reciprocate that. They're ready to bring in this Ace of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. They've already made that decision. So I feel like this person was very disrespectful to you at some point, very argumentative, very cutting, possibly mean with their words. They were indecisive, and now they're like, oh man, I could have been with Leo the entire time. So now they're trying to come in with, this Ace of Pentacles and this Ace of Cups. So let's see the Knight of Wands. Why is the Knight of Wands here? King of Swords. You could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And there's the Empress. They are recognizing you for who you are. Very strong Libra energy. Taurus energy is here too. So yeah, this person they're going to come in and they're going to tell you, and they're being honest too. King of Swords can be a little bit brusque, I guess, in the way that they communicate. They don't really wear their heart on their sleeve. They can be very matter of fact, very intellectual. But what they're coming in to tell you, and trust me, they can't get there fast enough to tell you, is that they understand your value, your self-worth. They see you putting these boundaries into place. They want to have something stable. They want to have something loving. They're going to let you know, yeah, I didn't see what we had in the past, and I regret that. So this is somebody who wants to nurture the relationship. They feel like this connection between the two of you can grow. This person was very inconsistent in the past, but they want to nurture this connection now. And they are coming in very honestly. So let's look at the energy between Leo and this person. Show me the energy between Leo and this person. All right, Page of Pentacles reversed, Five of Cups reversed, and the Seven of Swords reversed. Oh, so they don't want to talk about past things. Seven of Swords reversed. This person, they're very distrusting of having this new beginning. It's almost like they feel like you having boundaries is to punish them. And I can clearly see that that's not the case. You're just prioritizing your peace. And, I feel like in the past there was a very codependent relationship. So this person's going to have to make some changes. But they feel like you see right through them. So any kind of deceptive behavior, I feel like, they feel very exposed with. I don't see them being deceptive any longer, though. That Seven of Swords is in the reverse, and that King of Swords is in the upright, which tells me this person is not being deceptive. They want to talk to you. They don't know if you're going to be open to it. So there's a lot that's being unsaid between the two of you right now. This person's afraid to make the offer because they don't trust what you're going to do. It's like they feel like you're punishing them for past behavior. I don't see you doing that at all. In fact, I feel like you went through a very difficult time, and I feel like you're going to tell them that. I think you're going to tell them, hey, you know, I was depressed. I went through a hard time, but I had to learn some hard lessons. And that's why I now have my boundaries here. That's why I'm prioritizing my peace. But at the same time, you're still recognizing that there is love here, and you're going to tell them that too. See, this person sees the two of you being an ideal couple. So let's see what's this offer has not gone through just yet, but it's like it's moving in that direction. This person in your energy, Leo, has to get the confidence to make the offer. So, and right now they're fear-based. Let me see why this Two of Swords is in reverse. This person could be a little bit avoidant. All right, we have the King of Cups reversed, and we have the Five of Swords reversed. This person's stepping out of their ego in order to make this decision. They know that they can't approach you in that same disrespectful manner that they did in the past. See, you pulled your emotions back. You have them. You definitely have strong emotions for this person, but you pulled that back. You had this realization that, you know, there were some things you needed to work on within yourself, and that happened during this period when the two of you weren't talking. But regardless, you're not going to argue and fight with this person. You're avoiding that. You've pulled your feelings and emotions back, and that's what's given this person room to kind of look at everything and say, you know what, I don't want to fight with Leo either. Let's resolve the conflicts that are here, but I can't approach Leo in the same way that I did in the past. It's just not going to work. They're going to cut me off immediately. So they've made the decision to step out of their ego, resolve the conflicts, and then bring to you this very stable, loving new beginning. Let me see the outcome. Show me the outcome for Leo. Show me the outcome for Leo. All right, so we have the Ten of Cups reversed. We have the Queen of Cups in reverse. And we have the Three of Cups. All right, so I do see you having some realizations here. I see you getting the clarity that you were looking for. This is going to be turning in your favor. Both of you were unhappy without each other. You were both very unhappy. And that is now reversing. That's changing, but it's only going to change through the clarity. I feel like this person's going to come towards you. They're recognizing that you are in this Empress energy. They are coming towards you with communication. And I do feel like they are being very direct and very honest about what will they want to reconcile. Three of Cups. They do want to, and it took them a while to realize this is what would make them happy. You both have been unhappy without each other. Now, you could be questioning, you know, is this a karmic partner? Is this, you know, what I want to do? You know what? At this point, you're going to get the clarity that you need. I don't feel like you're just going to put your heart on your sleeve and just open yourself up to whatever this person wants, because in the past, this person has been non-committal. And so I do feel like they've kind of been in and out, and now their energy is changing, but I'm not sure you quite trust that. And I do feel like your emotions are going to be a little bit all over the place, but I also see you communicating with this person very clearly about what it is that you are hoping for, what it is that you want, and the fact that your peace is going to come first. So you're not going to just rush back into this. This person knows that. It's causing them, it leaves a space so that they can come forward. Now, is this going to be resolved by the end of the week? I don't see that happening. Okay, but I do see it changing. I do see it moving from a state of unhappiness to, you know, a much happier place through clarity. but it's going to take a while to unthaw your heart. You see, you had to shut your emotions down. You had to close your emotions towards this person. And now they're going to have to work to basically unthaw your frozen heart. But I do feel like it is coming, because once you get the clarity that you need from this person, I feel like, you know, that's when you'll open your heart back up. So bottom of the deck is the Eight of Cups in the reverse, and that indicates that there is somebody who is backtracking. Somebody who walked away from this connection is coming back in. But it's just a matter of, you know, if they're willing to put in the work to unthaw your heart, and I do feel like they are. So if it's any comfort to you, they want something stable. They want something that's loving. They're not coming in with deceit. They are coming honestly, and they've put the conflicts aside. So I do feel like their intentions are good. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, Leo. Pulling for the sign of Leo. All right. So you have number 41. That condenses to a 5, Leo, and that tells me that there are definitely changes that are taking place here. It's called the Witch. It's about free will, the lotus flower, and creatrix. It says, I wasn't always like this, you know. I had to create who I am. Yeah, so this experience has changed you, and I think that this person is seeing those changes, and I think that you are seeing those changes, which is even more important. Give me a second. I'm going to read this card for you. All right. Your affirmation says, I am a powerful creator and alchemize who I am. In a world full of princesses, she is the witch. This card is an omen that you have extra power to alter your fate at this time, to create something new for yourself and your life, to give yourself space from the world so you can do so, to go deeper and learn the ways of spirit. This is not the traditional hermit card, but it is similar. This is the witch or creatrix card that tells us we are meant for greater things. We now have the power of the witch, the magic that can happen when she creates instead of destroys. The creatrix is the witch who lives alone, who spends her time in solitude and is content to do so, perfecting the art of making potions, performing alchemy, drawing her visions, and casting spells, discovering new ways of magic and transcribing them in her own book. She is beautiful in a strange, dark, and unusual way, though she couldn't care less about her appearance. She is a cat in the night and doesn't care to be seen. Occasionally, she offers magical aid or channels wisdom to a lost soul in need. She would rather not, unless spirit insists or gives her signs to do so. Then she will begrudgingly abide by that, helping the desperate wanderer who winds up at her door. Either it was their destiny to find her, or they heard rumors of her beauty and power. So they went on a quest to find her, though she will reject all lovers because she deems them unworthy, until the day she meets a force as wild and magical as she. And even then, she still may reject them. Spirit has become her greatest friend and is a strong force within her. The creatures of nature keep her company and alert when others are near. She comes from a troubled past of which she does not speak. Born in darkness and created from nothingness. The witch was doomed for life to be the hag of the swamp, the one who typically abandons good for evil, who steals innocent souls to stay alive for centuries, but instead, she decided to become something else. A secret third thing, a thing which up until now had not existed. The creatrix. Ooh, you guys are powerful. All right. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you've resonated with this reading, Leo, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video also if you can. And until I see you in your next reading, know that you are loved, Leo, and namaste.